Howdy, folks. I'm Brian.
I'm Amber.
Yeah, I thought you said you weren't going to be in my video.
You told me I couldn't because I forgot my water. It was too late. I need to be hydrated.
You're not supposed to throw me under the bus like that.
Oh, so I'm just supposed to just say, oh yeah, no, I'm just a jerk. I didn't want to be in your video anymore. We know where Brian's going to slice the video at.
We're going to be making some cuts here. So that it paints me into a more favorable light. Fortunately, I have a good connection with the video editor. He does whatever I tell him to do.
Because he is you.
I also have a good relationship with a thumbnail maker. But he's been laid off. I laid myself off from doing thumbnails. It's like, I don't have the time to do them. We'll do them. We'll do some thumbnails, fancier thumbnails in the future. But happy Friday, Junior, everyone.
Yes, happy Friday, Junior. Happy Halloween season.
Yeah, so Amber's wearing some Halloween stuff today, and she's got some nice Halloween earrings and stuff like that.
They're little jack-o'-lanterns. You can't really see in the camera, but they're just cute little jack-o'-lanterns.
And here's some Reddit. A long-winded introduction. Our first letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for canceling my son's birthday party upon discovering that he ruined his stepbrother's deceased brother's hoodie? It's a complex situation, but I'll do my best to explain. I'm a 45-year-old male, and I have a bio son, Leo, 16, from my previous relationship. I married his stepmom, who is a mother of two boys, Connor, deceased, and Derek, 12. I'd never had the pleasure to meet Connor, who tragically passed away from a motorcycle accident. Derek was so devastated by his loss, and although it's been years, he's pretty much grieving. I've seen tons of pictures and videos of Connor and made efforts to get to know who he was as a way to share Derek's grief and to be there for him and lend an ear and a comforting shoulder. It's safe to say that Derek and I grew strong bonds in no time, but my son Leo isn't close to Derek. Understandable, because not all siblings and step-siblings are the same. Leo and Derek are different in everything, which isn't bad, but Leo calls himself the brutally honest type and makes insensitive comments about Derek most of the time. They tend to be under the guise of advice. Derek never complained, so I had to step in and tell Leo to stop being insensitive towards his stepbrother, especially with everything regarding Connor and his memory. Leo would say, "Okay, I get it," and then "I won't do it again." I think there's some foreshadowing here. Days ago, Leo wanted to hang out with friends and asked Derek if he wanted to join. Derek agreed and put on Connor's hoodie before going out. Leo commented on the hoodie and called it ugly and asked him to put something else on, but Derek insisted on wearing it or not going, so Leo dropped it. Hours later, Derek came home crying with his hoodie in hand. He said Leo and his friends cut it into pieces while he was in the bathroom after they convinced him to take it off. I was furious. I asked Leo, and he said it was his friend's idea, then said he had to do it since Derek wears it everywhere and it looked old and embarrassing. How embarrassing for you. I reminded him who the hoodie belonged to, and he said, so what? Maybe this will help him move on in life. I told him his birthday was canceled and his friends aren't welcome anymore. He pitched a fit saying his birthday was a right, not a privilege, and I can't cancel it. That's not how parenting works. He had my ex criticize my decision and wanted to host a birthday party, but I refused because he's grounded, so no party anywhere. She and her family called me awful and ridiculous and asked me to think about how Leo will hate me for this, but I insisted he needed punishment for putting his stepbrother through this. Note, the hoodie belonged to Connor when he was younger, and Derek kept it. So, clearly,
OP is not the jerk.
OP, you should totally let your son have the birthday party because, as he said, they're a right, not a privilege. Like, how that's a solid line of reasoning right there. How can you disagree with that? Like, you have to do it now because, like, he said so.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Now, this is just such a sad story. Like, oh, you should get over your dead brother. Oh, I'm going to cut up a point of memorabilia for you just so that you can move on. And the whole disguising it as, I'm doing what's best for you.
Yeah, well, anyone who's like says that I'm just brutally honest, they're using that as an excuse to be a jerk. It's not. Rarely will you find someone whose brutal honesty is anything but like, I want to criticize you and be a jerk, but I want to cover it up because if it's just honesty, you know, I can't help being honest.
Honesty is the best policy. And in this case, what's his name? What's the kid's name?
Which one, Leo or
Leo,
Derek?
yeah, Leo. Leo is a jerk.
Leo is a jerk. I mean, that's a horrible thing he did to his brother, and he needs to learn a lesson.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be punished. I don't know how his family is even siding with this. It seems really odd that, I mean, do they have the whole story? They must not. I can't imagine anyone who heard this story would be like, oh yeah, I'm cool with this.
There are a lot of parents who are just like, so like think their kid is like the best and can do no wrong. That's what I just assume that his mom like always just sides with him sort of situation.
Yeah, that's probably what the case is if she does know the whole story, because I just can't see like someone reading the story and be like, yeah, cool, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. It's like such a horrible thing, and like having your birthday party canceled for 1 year is like a minor inconvenience.
Yeah.
Our next story is, am I the jerk for walking out on the surprise birthday party my family threw for me?
Speaking of birthday parties.
Yes, we got a bit of a theme with these first two. I'm a 26-year-old female, and I have been married to my wheelchair-bound husband, Adam, for 2 years. His disability was a result of a major car accident shortly after we got back from our honeymoon. His injuries were too severe, and no one thought he was going to get better. My life certainly changed because now I have tons of responsibilities, but I'm happy and blessed to still have him in my life. Before the accident, my family used to invite Adam to events and dinners and visit all the time, but not anymore. They don't see him much, but help out with our financial struggles. I've been told that being a caregiver is huge and unfair since I'm young. My mom tried to set me up with a guy named James, her friend's son, by inviting me to lunch with him or giving him my number/SM accounts. I told her it won't work. I love Adam and will care for him for the rest of my life if I have to. I put space between me and my family and said unless they stop bringing James, who was disrespectful towards Adam, around me, I won't visit them. Mom apologized, and I hadn't seen James in months, which was a relief. My birthday was days ago, and I had to work that day, but planned to celebrate with Adam in the evening. At 3 p.m., I got a phone call from Mom asking me to stop by once I get off of work. I arrived at Mom's house to find my entire family there, setting up a surprise birthday party. I was thrilled. I didn't think they'd even pay for a party after already helping me with money. I asked if I could go bring Adam so we could celebrate together, but they stalled, saying my brother will bring him. But then the door rang, and there was James. I was confused. I asked what was he doing here. Mom said I should relax. She invited him and his mom. I remained calm and took the gift James brought after so much hesitation. I opened it, and there were some jewelry pieces. He made a snide comment asking if Adam was ever able to afford such a piece of jewelry. I closed the box and gave it back. They insisted I take it, but I grabbed my bag and said I was leaving. Mom said I should stay because the family, sisters, brothers, aunt, nephew, came together to do this for me. I told her it was rude of her to catch me off guard and invite James to the party. She and Dad followed after I walked out asking me to return, but I kept walking. Mom and Aunt left messages saying it was disrespectful to walk out like that after the efforts they made to celebrate my birthday. They said I had plenty of time to celebrate with my husband, and I shouldn't have made a scene and embarrassed them in front of their friends. They said I messed up and overreacted by being hostile towards those who were trying to be nice and take my mind off the stress. Am I the jerk? I haven't told Adam about it, so he won't be burdened with family issues. He's still emotionally recovering, and I'm being careful about the stuff that would upset him. I found him asleep when I got home. He usually sleeps as early as 5 p.m. We didn't have a celebration, but talked in the morning. Yeah, I'm going to say OP is absolutely not the jerk here.
Yeah, this is a really odd situation. like the family here are not being respectful of OP's boundaries.
Like, marriage is in sickness and in health, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
And OP is taking her marriage vows seriously. She
Yeah.
loves her husband. And for them to be like, oh, well, you have to be a caregiver and that's not worth it. We're going to try setting you up with someone else. It's just such a...
These people, like, here's your replacement husband.
Yeah.
your one husband was still under warranty. We tried to get you a replacement one, but you keep refusing to take it. We don't understand what's going wrong here.
Well, and I think also they might be expecting, because they say you're too young to be a caregiver, so there's an assumption maybe that OP's going to take care of them in the future when they're old. So they may not like that OP already has an obligation and a financial cost associated with being a caregiver.
Yeah, well, there could be some of that in there too. I think that it's mostly that I think that they're just being incredibly selfish. I think that it doesn't matter what their motivations are at the end of the day. OP set some boundaries. OP's told them where she stands on this, and they would rather see her, leave him because she got into an accident.
Well, exactly. And so she said that she was not interested in seeing James and had made it clear she was not going to see the family. And they tried guilting her, but we brought everyone here. It's such a gift. It wasn't a gift. It was a setup.
Yeah.
They were trying to force OP to be in conversation with James because they thought she wasn't going to walk out. And now you're going to be forced to see how great he is.
Yeah. Well, I think OP did the right thing by walking out. And the reason why I think that is because if she had just stood there and let them push their boundaries, then in the future they could have done this again.
Exactly. This is going to show them that if they bring James around, she's just going to walk.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, it might have been all right if James had just not interacted with her. It would still have been, I think, a boundary violation.
Yes.
But I think, she might not have, actually walked out if James had just been there. But with him, his whole thing, giving her expensive jewelry and then being like, I can provide for you better than your husband can.
Yeah, that's just such a jerk move.
It's really gross.
Yeah.
James is a gross person.
Yeah.
And the family.
Yes. They're all jerks. OP's fine.
Let's play a game. What's in my mug?
Water.
You're supposed to let them guess, Amber.
Oh, sorry. I spoiled the surprise.
If you make the right guess in the comments below, I'll give you a heart on your comment. Our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for kicking my sister-in-law out after she threw away most of my single-use baby products and even formula? I'm a 19-year-old female and I have a 3-week-old baby girl. I do still live with my parents, but since I pay rent equally, they say I can have just as much say in who comes and goes from the house as they do. I've never actually taken advantage of this rule until recently, though. I have a brother who's 26 and his wife is 24. They are crunchy parents to an 8-month-old. Basically, what that is dumb. They use reusable wipes and nappies, think that formula is the epitome of evil, and baby wearing. The list goes on. I'm the complete opposite. Pacifier supplements with formula due to low supply, disposable wipes and nappies. They are completely against the products I use and often give me things like sister-in-law's breast milk in bags, disposable nappies that their little one has grown out of, etc. I've used some of it, but it's not really my cup of tea. On Monday night, my brother and sister-in-law were minding my baby for me since it was my birthday, and my baby's father, not together, very close friends and co-parents, took me to get some dinner in one of my favorite fast food places. It was great and really relaxing. When I got home that evening, my sister-in-law said that she did some cleaning and threw out anything I didn't need. This immediately gave me red flags, but they were in a hurry to get out the door and left almost immediately. When I went into the nursery, every disposable nappy and wipe pack was gone and replaced with some reusable cloth ones. Same with my formula. There were 8 tubs and they were all gone. I'm not able to replace them at the moment, and solely breastfeeding isn't sustainable for me. I was extremely angry and just turned my phone off to avoid being mean to my sister-in-law. She and my brother came over yesterday to collect something that they had forgotten. That's when I confronted them. I told her that she has to replace everything she dumped. When she said she can't afford to, I said, fine, just get out and don't come back until I've been reimbursed for everything and is replaced with the original items. My brother thinks I'm being a massive jerk and his wife is on his side. Surprise there. Our parents think that I'm being completely reasonable here, but they think telling her essentially not to come back is taking it too far. Am I the jerk?
No.
So, these people decided to come into OP's house and throw away OP's stuff. That's theft.
Yep.
And, like, you know, I think that some people, if you can do reusable stuff, that's actually really good, and it's probably very sustainable for the environment. Though,
Right.
But that's really has to be kind of a preferential choice at a certain point.
Yeah, that's the thing is like it's fine to have different values when it comes to parenting.
Mm-hmm.
But you just have to let other people live their lives and make the best parenting decisions that they can.
Mm-hmm. I think where I really have a hard time more than anything is one, the waste they created. Like in order to basically like help save the environment, which is what I imagine that they're trying to do, they took perfectly good things and threw them away. And two, formula. Why is formula evil? Like
Because it's not coming from your body. We know that everything natural is 100% good for you.
Like,
which means mercury, lead, arsenic, all those naturally occurring substances are good for you.
like I mean, starving is natural too, right?
Yeah. If it's natural, it's good. But something like formula that saved countless infants from dying of malnutrition, that's evil.
So that's the thing that I really have a problem with here is that they've basically taken this baby and said that, you know, taken the mom and she's like not going to be able to provide for her baby's food supply. And that's a really horrible thing, I think.
Yeah, well, I feel like they're using her financial insecurity here to like, because she had all the supplies she needed and they just took it away. And we're like, okay, now deal, here, you have some cloth diapers and get a breastfeed.
Yeah, it was basically like they were like, here you go, we're going to dump you into this situation and you're going to like it whether you like it or not.
Yeah. So I think it's perfectly reasonable. I mean, if someone were to say steal something from your house, like I think a lot of people, like, because that's literally what they did. A lot of people would be like, "Yeah, you're gonna need to replace this."
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna let you hang out in my house right now when you just stolen my stuff. So this really isn't any different.
Exactly. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for Amber for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
If you like this video, consider giving us a like. If you dislike this video, consider giving it a dislike. Thanks so much for watching. Happy Friday. Happy Halloween season.
You mean Happy Friday Junior?
I mean Happy Friday Junior.
Happy Halloween season.
Happy Halloween season. And then Happy Friday on Friday.
Yes.
So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Oops, we're gonna bang some stuff here. Nice.